I'm not going to be the guy to be here to be your advocate anymore. They are going to take this case where it goes from here. And
so now they're on harassment, huh?
Well, I don't know if you'd call it harassment or not. Wouldn't you want to get to the bottom? I want to get to the bottom of this more than anybody.
Right.
And I believe you do too.
Yeah.
And where it goes from here is where you take it, as it relates to you. Mm-hmm. And we we talked about the other day a little bit while I was over visiting that there's some things you're going to have to get by, in your statement, and I hope you can explain away some of these things.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah. Hey. Oh, hey.
There you go.
Good. How are you?
Right.
Sean Lawrence, Ray.
Sean Lawrence.
Okay.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
This is the guy that I was talking about.
Okay.
He's gonna he's been involved with this for a good while, and probably the guy that I thought would be best to be the one talking to you.
Okay.
So, what I'm sure what he's gonna want to do is he knows what I've told him and what the investigation shows us, but he's probably gonna want to hear it from you.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, well, like Brian's saying, I'd like to, I've read and gone through this process. I know you're tired. I've seen all the stuff, and when this is what I do for a living for the state police. Okay, and I'm in Lansing. That's where I work. I'm in charge of a unit there that is statewide. So. When I sit down and I talk to somebody, or when we do these things, I always want to hear it from the person who I'm talking to, because whenever things are relayed, they're lost or they're misinterpreted. So what I want you to do, if you don't mind, is to kind of start from the beginning, go through this with me, because
you don't want to do this tonight, do you?
Yeah,
oh,
actually.
Shit. Okay.
To be honest with you, I think it would be, I don't even know if you want to go through this anymore the way you have for the last 4 years. So why don't we just get through this, okay? And what would be best, and I know Brian's already told you, we have the investigation has taken its course, and we are fully aware of what went on in terms of this. What we want to do is give you an opportunity to share. I want to get an opportunity to hear from you, basically your involvement in this process, okay? I don't think you want to cut this short. If I were you in this situation, we're here basically to say, listen, right, this is your opportunity. We don't really want to have to come back and talk to you ever again. If what you say is the truth, then we won't have to do that, okay? But again, in this process, if you say I can't do it right now, that'd be a large mistake.
Okay, I was just saying, because I was right in the middle of unpacking, my son's out here.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you had a better night, we could talk, or...
Yeah, well, to be honest with you, I came all the way from Lansing to talk to you.
Okay.
Because this will be it.
Okay.
You understand what I'm telling you? Does that make sense? Okay. So why don't you tell me from the beginning how this all went for you that day?
I was a reserve officer at the time.
Okay.
I was at home. Came over that night. So the kid was missing. So she talked to me, my wife, my son. From there, I called Officer Donker.
Mm-hmm.
Said I'd ask him if he wanted help looking. I went and looked different places. I was on the phone with the getting information from him, because at the time my sister said I guess he was the last one to see her leave her house. What places I looked.
Pardon me?
Did you want places where I looked? Or?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was thinking you were going to tell me, you know, from the beginning of the day.
Oh,
You know, I know you gave a statement, you typed it out.
okay.
You know, gave a pretty
Okay.
detailed statement as to that.
During
I'm
the day,
thinking,
it's home plan,
you know,
PlayStation.
I be honest with you, I'd like to go back from, you know, the beginning,
Wait.
but you can share any way you like. Yeah, why don't you
Okay.
give me the detail? I mean,
Okay.
that's really what's important.
I guess woke up. I was home.
What time was it at?
I don't remember exactly what time I woke up.
About 6 o'clock.
I don't remember.
In the morning?
So,
I don't, listen,
I know. I look at my notes.
I know
I'm
what you
thinking,
said.
Yeah. I would.
Okay,
Probably
according to what's been written and
Yeah.
what I've seen, but I'm telling
with the
you.
kids at school, I'm sure it was early in the morning. So yeah, between 6, 7, somewhere there, I'm sure. Kids going to school. I'm up during the day, playing my PlayStation football game, dinking around the house. It's probably on the computer, doing odd things. Waited till the kids got home. We went to the store, grocery store at the end of town. I remember buying little laser guns.
Well, this is the fast version, man. This is quick. This is quick because when I read something, or you know, I'm just telling you. Why don't you start from the beginning? Let me say this. I know that your wife was going to work. You had gotten up. Apparently, you got a fire going in the morning.
Yeah.
You know, that's the kind of stuff we're talking about
I
here.
can't remember everything.
Yeah.
Okay. I think what else did I do? Okay, fire going. Sneaking around the house.
Did you see me shut my phone off? Yeah, I just shut it off. Can you do me a favor, man? Those keys are rattling.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, if you don't mind. I noticed that football. That football. My son played it at Central Michigan, and so did I. Yeah, this is his ring here. I noticed that Notre Dame. That is Notre Dame there. So yeah, that's cool. So go ahead.
Messing around the house. I don't know what all exactly I did, though. You know what I mean?
That's a pretty significant day, considering you've been through. I don't know, maybe 7 interviews
At least.
at least. I know that I've read and you know, I've been intimately related. But on the other hand, I don't necessarily believe everything I read.
Okay.
You understand? So I'm trying to get you to clear that up for me. And if you just, hey, well, I got up and we usually do this and we usually do that, what happens is it makes it difficult for me to believe what's been written if I don't hear what you're saying.
I'm just trying to think what all I did that day. I mean, I obviously I can't remember what's all my notes, but I apparently made a fire in the morning. Kids go to school.
What time did the kids go to school on that day?
I don't know what time they actually go to school. 7 something they leave, I believe. I think they got to be in school at 7:30 or 22 or something like that. I'm not 100% sure.
Now, do you take them to school or do they walk? Okay. So it's not too far away.
No.
Okay. So apparently, from what I read, medical issues going on.
Yeah, just before that.
Do you normally drive them to school or do they always walk?
They usually walk unless it's stormy rain.
Is that why you didn't go to work that day?
I was off for...
Yeah. Okay, that's what it said and that's what I assumed, so I just want to confirm that.
Right.
All right, so you were off of work. Was it your responsibility to get the kids ready for work or school?
They pretty much get themselves ready.
Okay.
They're old enough to...
Did you get them up for school or did your wife?
That morning, I don't know.
You don't
I
remember?
don't remember if one of us got them up or
Okay.
she got them up, I got them up. I don't remember.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. Do you remember the day in question here? Do you remember what the date was?
Not particularly the exact day.
You don't?
No.
Well, in
November.
November what?
I'm thinking it was 7th, 8th, 9th, somewhere in there.
Okay. Well, in 2 of your interviews, you specifically identified
The date.
the date.
Okay.
And the last polygraph you took, you specifically identified
Okay.
the date. So, you know, usually when somebody cognitively begins to recall and experience something, they should pretty much be able to do that. Okay. So psychologically, you know, you're very intelligent. I've listened, so I know that if we just start talking about it, you'll start remembering. I mean, that's human behavior does that. So I don't see that to be a problem for you. That's why we're discussing it when we start out. So initially you might, but it was November 8th.
Okay.
Okay. You got up, you made a fire. That's what you apparently were saying. The kids were getting ready for school. Your wife was getting ready for work.
Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully that helps you. So then what happens? Do you remember what you did? I know you mentioned something about PlayStation and watch TV or whatever and all that stuff.
Yeah. I guess after the kids went to school, I probably beat around the house, got on the computer. I know I played PlayStation quite a bit along the day.
Okay.
You know, until the kids got home.
How long were you on a computer, you think?
That day, I usually on anywhere from half an hour to an hour, probably.
Well, you say usually, okay?
Yeah. If I pop on it, yeah.
But on this day,
How long?
how long?
I'm not sure.
Do you know where you went?
On the computer?
Mm-hmm.
I know I check weather sites, sports sites.
I noticed your shirt says Jesus Saved. Did you go to any websites about religion?
I don't know about that day.
Do you?
Yeah, I do often.
Are you a
yeah.
religious person?
Yeah, I believe in
Okay.
God. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I checked any religious sites that day in particular.
Okay. Anywhere else?
I didn't even check the porn site. I don't know.
Yeah. You think?
I might have.
Yeah. Yeah, we know you did.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm just trying to confirm what you remember from what is, you know, what we're seeing,
Okay.
what we know. Okay. And you know, ultimately, when we talk to you about this, I'm here to help you.
Okay.
All right. I really am. I'm a Christian too. Okay.
Okay.
So I need you to do the best you can to remember, which I know you can. Okay.
I'm just nervous. I've gone through this so many
I know,
times.
and that's why we want to take care of this today. Okay, we are, and I'm here to help you. I know that, you know, the investigation is completed. Okay, and the only way that Brian and I can help you is if you specifically stick to the details and tell us exactly what happened and you're honest. Okay, and we will help you. That's what I want to do. That's what I came here for. Because I can only imagine it's been very hard for you.
Oh, yeah.
You know, apparently it's gotten to a point where you're going to lose your marriage. Is that correct? Yeah. I mean, that's what Brian shared with me, because I asked him, how's he doing? And he says, well, I think he's going to lose his marriage, and it doesn't look good, you know. And I know that you're involved in coaching.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you've been a part of this community for years. I mean, you grew up here.
Mm-hmm.
Your dad was a coach,
Yeah.
30 years apparently. You've been coaching. You know, you're well respected. You're a reserve officer. So, you know, it's one of these situations where it can't have been easy, and it hasn't been easy on you. I'm very aware of that. So, to be quite honest with you, I need you to tell me so that I can help you.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to tell me the details, okay? And I'll go from there with you. Okay, that's all I can do. I don't want to do the pitch and catch thing with you. You know what that is? I don't have to. Okay, I don't have to do that with you. What I want you to do is think.
But like when I was like, you were asking me what all you did during the day, trying to remember every detail. I mean,
And that's why I'm bringing
I know.
up some stuff, and I'll help you. But listen, there are things specifically that you have been very, very, very aware of. The dates, the times, what you did specifically. I just need you to be that way right now. Okay, that's what I need you to do for you. Okay, because I want this thing to end too for you. Okay, does it make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So, how long do you think you were on the computer? You said you
say up to an hour, I imagine.
okay,
But I
and
mean,
you know they got your computer.
right.
Okay,
Right.
so, and you just admitted, yeah, it's on some porn sites. Do you remember what those sites were?
No, I don't.
Okay, no big deal. Okay, let's move forward. What'd you do after you were on the computer? Is your wife's gone, right? She's not
Right.
home. You're not looking
Right.
at porn when your wife's home, right?
Right.
Okay.
I wish I knew what time it was I was on the computer. It might help out a little. I know I messed around the house, picking up things here and there. Like I said, I was on the PlayStation for quite a long time. I mean, I was playing football games, for an awful long time.
Was that after the computer?
If I was on the computer early, if you got the time on that, it would have to be.
Okay.
I played the PlayStation up till the time the kids came home.
Okay. And then what did you do?
I imagine, I think I ate lunch around noon or so.
Okay.
Ate something, I think. It was around there somewhere.
Is that right, Brian?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't remember seeing that. That's what I'm asking him, and I don't remember that. So that helps me to know that you ate lunch. Okay, go ahead.
The PlayStation, kids come home. I've been on time here. I'm thinking 3:20 maybe. Kids come home. We go to I think it's called the dollar store on the other end of town. Bought them a couple laser guns. I imagine we're back by at least 3:40. I remember getting a fire going again.
So you did. I take it that your firewood is outside.
Out back, yeah.
Yeah.
Backyard.
So you left the house to go out back.
Yeah, it's all back stacked up.
Okay. So there was a point in time when you left the house for the kids. You couldn't see the kids.
Right.
Okay. They didn't go out and help you
No.
do the wood, right? Okay. So go ahead, continue.
Come back in, get the fire going again. I think once we got the fire going, I started watching TV. I can't remember the exact time my son started doing his homework at the kitchen table.
And which son was that?
My older boy.
Okay.
He's
Okay.
third. I'm probably just watching TVs at the table. He was, at that time, might have been upstairs playing his video games. Yeah.
He could see you?
Yeah.
So do you remember what you were watching?
I think around that time I'd been news channel or something. 'Cause I know when we were eating, I was watching news too. Not 100% sure if I was watching news then, but I know I was when we were eating dinner.
But when your son was at the kitchen table,
Yeah.
you were watching TV, you could see him.
Yeah.
So do you remember what you were watching then? I mean, specifically,
Right.
your son was there, so you were watching something.
I don't know what I was watching now. Sure, I flipped the TV on. And maybe I was just glancing at it once in a while, doing odd things. I'm not
Okay,
sure.
I just thought I could help you
Yeah.
to maybe, remember that, kick your memory. Okay, go ahead.
I think my wife gets home I thought it was between 4:30 and 4:45, but she thought it could be anywhere from 4:30 to 5. She thought it was more in between the quarter till and 5. She felt when she got home.
Okay, in particular on this day, would there be any reason why she got home after 5? You know,
No.
if
Not on that day. I
if
think
her work
everything-
was saying, well, she left late because she worked overtime or she got in late,
Right.
would that day be? Because I don't care about what she usually does.
Right. No, I think she was
specifically.
between 4 till 5 o'clock, somewhere in there.
Okay, so not necessarily 4:30, more toward 4:45, 5 o'clock area.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
She gets home. Roughly. I don't know if we had much of a conversation or not. I know I was helping my son with his homework a little. She was helping him a little with his homework. And she started getting supper around. Our neighbor. Big PlayStation, I think, upstairs.
Do you remember what time that was?
I was thinking we ate about 6 o'clock, I thought. So he probably came over around 5:30 then. I was over for a little while.
Oh, about a half hour.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
So he came over, and it was getting time to eat, so my wife sent him home. We ate. I don't remember what we ate. I think that's when I was watching CNN or some news channel while we were eating. We sat there, talked a while. After we ate, I'm not 100% sure what time. I know. Sure, we were watching TV afterwards. We usually get around and get to bed about 8.
I know you usually do. I know
Yeah.
that people usually do that, but in particular, it's very
That night,
important.
I remember putting my pajamas on and everything. Kids were upstairs.
Okay. Do you remember
Just before 8.
specifically? Okay, it was before 8.
Yeah, because when the mother came over, I think it was around 8, a little after 8, not much after 8, and we had to bring my son down because he was already up in his room.
Okay. So it was a little bit after 8 when the mother came to your house.
Yeah, not much after 8, I don't think.
Okay. Do you know her?
Do I know her? I've known her, not real personal. I mean, when I used to DJ karaoke up the bar up here.
The Harvey House?
Yeah, Harvey House. She was always there.
Because I read that.
Yeah.
A couple times.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you say the mother, okay, not Jody, the victim.
No.
Okay.
So she came to our door. It was a little after 8 o'clock. She pulled in the drive. I remember going to our one side window, break it out to see what it is. I had him come to our front door. She came in, talked to me for a little bit, asking me if we seen her daughter or did her daughter stop here. My wife came out. She talked to her too, and then
Were you right there when she talked
Yeah.
to your wife?
yeah.
What did she say to your wife?
Well, pretty much the same thing. Asked if we seen her or if she came here. She told us that her daughter was missing.
Okay.
Was supposed to be at a certain time somewhere, I guess.
Okay.
So I grabbed my son and had brought him down so she could ask him. And she asked him if he knew of any place she might go, a friend's house, or.
Mm-hmm.
And he said he had no idea. I guess he walked partway home with her. And I think it was up to the stoplight, and then they all went their separate ways.
You mean all three of them
After-
went different directions?
Yeah. Well, no, I think Mariah and Jody went together.
Okay.
But my son, he went
And-
I'm really not close to my part of that family.
Okay. So go ahead.
Um,
And you said, from what I understand, is that knowledge from that day, or is it over acquired knowledge that that's what happened?
them walking home, I found out.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
A few days after, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know if it was exactly.
Did your son say? Because I walked home with her to a point, and then we
Yeah.
split up. Did that?
He must have told me. I don't know if it's that day or after things,
Because specifically, it's important to know when your son last seen her.
Right.
You know,
Well, he told me it was the stoplight, I guess.
what
crossing guard
stoplight
is?
would that be?
I mean,
6 to 131.
okay.
yeah, I
Right
think that's
there.
where he said that's where they
And
all.
the school's on the other side?
School will be on the.
Other side of
Other side.
131?
Right.
Okay. Okay, so then, yeah, because they all kind of live in a different direction, right?
Right.
Okay. So, and that was after school. Did he specifically say what time that was to her? I would think he said it was right after school.
Well, if it's after school, I imagine it's between 3 o'clock and 3.
Yeah, but I'm saying if your son's talking to mom and she's trying to figure out where she went last,
Oh.
you know, you're sitting there and you're asking your son with her, you know, did you see her daughter? She's looking for her. Do you know where she went? Blah, blah, blah. Okay?
He might have said
That
something.
information's going to come out. If
He might have
said-
said something to her that he walked home with. I can't really remember if that's exactly what he said to
Yeah,
her.
the reason why I'm asking or bringing that up is because it might kick your memory in
Okay.
that specific conversation.
Yeah,
Because when people have conversations like that, you can take them to that place, and I
Yeah.
think we're there.
Yeah, I can't remember his exact words, what he said to her.
Okay, so then what happens next? What does she do, or what do you
Okay,
do?
when the mother was there, she told us her daughter's missing. She gets back out of the house. I told her, I said, I'll call Officer Donker. I called Officer Donker to see if he needed some help. And he goes, he seemed kind of stressed. He says, I don't know how he exactly, I gotta remember how exact word it is. Sure, do what you gotta do or whatever. I took that as an okay. So I got dressed. The mother left our house though. Another car pulled in our drive, another white car, I believe it was. There's 2 white cars in my drive.
So your mom, the mother, she ended up leaving totally, so some other car came into your driveway? Or?
Before she could back out, some
Okay,
other
so
car
she
did.
was still there, getting ready to leave
Yeah.
out the driveway.
Yeah, some
And
other
another
car
car
pulled
came.
up. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know who it was though. I believe
Okay.
it was another white car though.
And how long did they sit there and talk?
A few minutes
Do
talking.
you remember who was visually, how many people it was?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't remember how many people were there. I know she was talking to somebody, but I don't know exactly who it was.
So specifically, you remember that mom was driving a white car, and then you said another white
Another
car.
white car pulled in.
So there were 2 white
There's
cars.
2 white cars.
And you remember specifically there were 2 white
2 white
cars.
cars. Yeah,
Okay.
in our drive.
Go ahead.
Okay, and then when they left, I got all ready. I put my clothes on. I remember putting my gun around me, my belt. Grabbed my police hat, and I remember calling. I think phone or it was a cell phone. Either way, I was calling. I was talking to she kind of gave me info on what was going on, where she left last, and
Zach.
they see him that she told somebody that she was going to a store.
Okay, you just made a statement. Said the last to see them. He was the last to see them.
Her.
Not her, but them.
I'm
So
her.
did he say he saw somebody else with her?
No.
Okay.
No,
I just want to clarify.
Okay, yeah, no.
You
her.
said them.
No, I
Oh, that you said them?
her. Did I? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so go ahead.
Okay. And from there,
Did he tell you what time he saw her?
then she left about 4:45.
Her leave. What did
Right.
he say? I don't.
Oh, I don't know exactly.
Sure.
Right.
Okay.
I believe I talked to. I believe that.
I mean, I know that the phone records indicate
Right.
that you. Am I right, Brian?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't.
So specifically said.
But I
just
can't
now, I
remember-
just want to
okay.
know. Maybe this will kick your memory for
Okay.
you. I just want to. Him. And when you. And same phone?
No.
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 I know that, okay?
Okay.
I know that. So that means separately you spoke to him that he saw them, and you go, her, because I corrected you,
Okay.
leave. At what time was that?
That we left around quarter till.
Okay.
Okay, I don't remember if not, and I can't 100% sure that I talked to Travis or in DNS parking lot.
Okay.
I know you guys got the records.
Well, we have the video records at DNS.
Right.
And we have the phone records.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. But, you know, so we have that timeline.
Okay.
But the issue is what's said, and because, you know, it's in particular to your benefit.
Okay.
If you can tell us specifically what was said. Okay? Remember how many times you talked to him?
It had to been, I would say 2 or 3 times I gave the phone to Donker.
So do you remember when you were with Donker when you were talking?
Yeah, because I gave my phone to him.
Where were you?
I think we were in DNS at the time.
Okay, did you talk to him before you got the DNS?
I thought I did. I thought I talked to.
Well, what you just said to me earlier was that you wanted to get to particulars. You wanted
Right.
to see where she was last, or maybe
I think I
find
talked
out.
to him before I left the house, but I could be wrong. I mean, you guys got the phone records.
Okay,
I mean,
fine, cool.
okay. I mean,
So I just wanted to see if that could help you,
okay.
because that'll help you sometimes. Remember. So go ahead.
From there, I went to DNS, recorded a videotape. I guess I was there at 20 after. Is that
No.
I thought that's what you told me.
No.
20 after 8.
No.
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 Okay. I don't know what time I was there then. But
So go ahead.
after the mother left and everything, I went there, talked to the store lady, said we got a missing kid. I went around the building, checked. I don't know if I went back in or not. If I did, you'd probably see me on tape. So I don't know if I went right back into DNS.
Okay.
Okay. From there, I left and went south on 131. I think which time did I? I think I went to the park first, or was it behind the stores first? I'm just sure of that. And I went down. I was at the park, and that's where I met Donker, Officer Donker. I searched the park. I would be on the north side of the park, sitting where my truck was. And when I pulled out from there, turned left, I seen Officer Donker, or I didn't know it was him at the time. Police car to my right.
Mm-hmm.
And I went up to the light, turned around, came back on the south side of the park, and that's when me and Officer Donker met. That's when he gave me a flashlight. He asked me then if I had my gun on me. I don't know why he did, but he did. And at the time I said no, and I didn't want to get in trouble. I don't know. So I took it off. See from there.
Did you have your gun belt on?
A regular belt
Oh,
with a
okay.
holster. I got it.
Okay, it wasn't Sam Brown.
It wasn't. What's that?
It wasn't Sam Brown.
It was a leather.
You know what Sam Brown is? It's your belt
Duty
that you
belt?
wear with your uniform.
No, it wasn't my duty belt.
Okay.
Just regular belt.
Just okay. I just want to know.
Okay, from there. See, I wonder if I went before the park. I don't know if I went before the park or after the park, around the back of the stores. I have to look at my notes again because I went behind the stores, and that's where I remember seeing a bike off near. It's called Falcon Mart. It was kind of behind it, to the side a little. Told Officer Doc about that. We never did go back and check it. And when I was heading south out of town, I went to the grocery store down there. There's 2 vehicles there. Went up the windows, couldn't see anybody. Went around the building, went through the baseball diamonds. Our old football practice fields are back there. our new field, well, it's supposed to be a new field, never happened, but shine the light all back through there. And there's a back road from our football, baseball fields, comes back, east side school would be my left side. Some shine lights there and there. There's a little wooded area. I remember stopping, getting out, looking back, and this little, something caught my eye, something shiny or something. So I went back just to check it. There was nothing. Oh, Donker called me when I was up at the field, up at the baseball field.
Okay.
Told me to meet him back at Tumble Dam Path.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going that way, shining both sides. I go back to the path. He's not there. I believe I got on the phone, called him right in that area. And I think he said he was at the PD. So I went back to the PD. I don't know if that's the time we hooked up or we actually hooked up before that. Somewhere in there, me and him hooked up. I rolled with him in the police car. We went to DNS again. He talked to the people who worked the register. They weren't working during the day. They told us who was or who the manager is or whatever.
I just got a quick question
Okay.
to clarify. When you went back with Donker, was that the same person that you talked to when you went there the first time? DNS?
When we went back to DNS,
No. When you went to DNS.
when I went to DNS,
Yeah, you said you
was
went
it
to
the same
DNS
person when we came
that
back?
Donker talked to.
I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm trying to think. I'm not 100% sure if it was the same lady.
So you talked to a lady
I
the
did.
first time,
I
based
had
on
her
what
said
you just
lady.
said. You talked to a
I
lady the
can't
first
remember.
time. Do you remember what you said to her?
The lady, when I talked to her, I said we had a missing person. To break the ice, and said you don't have no dogs or anything behind your store or nothing, chained up or whatever.
You didn't say anything else?
I can remember just that we were looking for a missing kid.
Okay.
I can't think of anything else what I said.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Keep going.
So where am I at now? I'm going back to the station. Me and Donker. See, I don't know if hopefully I got these in the right order. I mean, I had to look at my paper. But me and Donker got together. We went out there, talked to the manager of or whoever the lady was. And I know we stopped at the gas station. You come back to town on the right hand before the bridge. We stopped there. He went in there. I went around the building with a flashlight.
What's the name of that gas station?
I don't know.
Say it again.
The gas station over here, just before the bridge. We stopped
The
there.
Ciggo
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it's called.
on the other side of the bridge.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We stopped
How
there.
long has that been there?
It's been there a while.
Yeah.
I was there then.
Yeah.
It
Mhm.
was Citgo then.
It might have changed names.
Yeah.
It might have changed names.
Go ahead.
But I know we went. I think it's the same night. We went to the trailer park in Constantine. He was checking up on something previous. I'm not 100% sure it's the same night because I get the nights working together mixed up. But I think it was the same night. He was checking on something in the trailer park. I think also, unless I'm wrong, on the same night we got gas. I thought we got gas in the police car over across from Ed and Rosina's, across from the cemetery. There's another little gas private station there
Okay.
where they get gas at. I think we're all. I don't know. Then if we came back to the station, I know I think some of the family members were there at the station. We were talking to Donker. I told Donker I was going to go check near my mom's sister's house. By then, really, we were just looking for a bike. Most of the night. See a bike out of place, then
But if there's a missing girl,
Right.
this is where I got to ask you the question, because that statement that you just made is concerning. Okay, when you say you're just looking for a bike,
Well,
I understand the
right.
connection.
Right.
We're not just looking for.
Oh,
a bike.
I understand. I understand
We're
what you're
looking
looking
for
for.
a child.
I know that.
Okay.
I mean,
I
obviously,
understand what you were saying. Okay, and I've heard and read the interviews, and you were asked that question about the bike. Okay, why would you be looking for a bike? Okay, I understand why you're saying it to me, but practically speaking, we're not looking for a
we're
bike.
looking.
We're looking
for a
for a
person.
little baby.
Yeah, I
a
understand
girl
that.
who belongs to someone.
Right.
Okay, go ahead.
I think we were at the station at that point in time. The family members were there. I don't know who all they were. Told Donker I was going to go look down here at my mom's house. I went down my mom's alley there, shine my light. I found a bike that I thought fit the description. I called Donker down there.
Mm-hmm.
While they were coming down, I remember searching my mom's yard and stuff. They all came down, Donker and the whole group that was with them. And I remember we all standing there looking at this bike, and I remember one tall kid, black-haired, I think a black-haired kid, said, "Yeah, that's the bike." And more and more we looked, we realized that grass was growing up through the spokes and stuff, so it's been there a while. After that, I remember I was parked in apparently the back driveway of my mom's house because Stephen and I guess it was supposed to be John, but at that time I don't think it was John. I thought it was some other one of Stephen's friends wanted to get out. They were leaving wherever they were going, I don't know, but I had to move my truck. From there, after that whole...
Can I just stop you for a
Yeah.
second there? You were there and you found this bike,
Right.
and did you say you left and then came back again and had to move your truck?
No. The bike was just before my mom's.
Okay.
Their big white brick building.
Yeah, where you showed me.
Yeah.
Okay.
And no, I pulled up after that and looked while I was waiting, looked through my mom's yard. And then when the whole group came back, we all went back to the bike.
Okay. So after you saw the bike, and you're waiting for people to come and look at it,
I believe I pulled up.
you pulled
I
up.
must have because they asked me to move my vehicle.
Okay.
I can't see myself getting into it a couple times. I might have. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not 100%.
Okay. I just wasn't sure what
Right.
you said, so I
Okay.
that part threw me for a little loop, and I just had to clarify that as well.
Good, good.
Okay. Okay, I guess from there we all went back to the PD. Here for a little bit. I don't know how long it was. I remember telling Officer Donker, I said, I'm going to go search the boardwalk. So I took a flashlight, went down there, searched by the river, walked clear through the boardwalk. It's kind of freaky, but up through the park area. Skate park, part 2, checking there. And then that's when I noticed that there's vehicles on the corner. There used to be a house, not there. There used to be a big old hole. There's 2 vehicles parked, a white car, like a Camaro, I don't know, reddish burgundy or something like that. When I was walking up, there was 2 teenager kids, tall kids, looked like, behind the car. On the side of the car, there was a couple girls. Mother was off a little ways towards the hole, I believe. A girl named Stephanie, I think she was back a little. As I'm walking up, I think I either called my sister or she called me. They said something about they searched the schools. Somebody already searched the cemetery.
Okay. When you say someone already searched the cemetery,
Yeah.
for a person to make that statement to you, that means that was suggested. So did you suggest to search the cemetery, which makes sense because your sister said it's already been searched.
I might have said.
I understand what
I
I'm
see what you're
saying.
saying.
That's how it works.
Yeah,
Okay.
But I know she said this. They searched the school, and searched the cemetery.
And she's
Or what?
telling you this.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I could have brought it
for
up.
you, well, you had to because
Okay.
she said somebody already searched the cemetery. already, search the cemetery. So that was suggested, search the cemetery.
I
You remember what time specifically you told Donker during that time period when you should go look at the cemetery?
What time did I tell Donker that?
Yeah, and
I remember during the earlier, I was with him driving around. I made a comment. I guess after Halloween, I go, I went, woo, let's check the cemetery.
So you had said that to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. We know you said that to him,
Right.
so we want to make sure that you acknowledge that
Right.
you said that to him. Okay.
No.
All right. Let's go back to where your sister was then.
I had her on the phone when I was coming up to the vehicles. Then we got off the phone.
What time was
I
that?
don't know. Time just
Okay.
was time. I don't know.
Sure.
I remember walking up to the car, to the side of it, glanced, and the back seat, blonde-haired kid. And I remember saying something to Mom, "Oh, good, you found her." But she goes, "No, that's the neighbor kid." I believe that's what she said. And I remember going. She asked, "We got a flashlight," and I went up the hole, shining in there. Can I stand? Well,
Do you want to show?
Yeah.
Sure.
When I'm over here, the hole's right here, shining and stuff. When I turn back around, I got the rolls in front of me, and the mother, I think, comes around to the right side of me. And you start talking. I wanted to get a better description of the bike again. When I started, meanwhile, I'm shining towards the car every once in a while. Something just kept drawing me back towards the car, so I'm shining. Now I'll step and just shine a little. And I started going back to the car, around them. And the two guys in the Camaro, whatever it was, get out real quick and muff me. So then, I'm making sure I got the right description on the bike. And like I told him, kicked myself in the ass for not going back there and really checking that car. Like I told him, I said my gut feeling was that could have been her. And I know you keep telling me.
Do you believe that?
In my heart, I was just going to say something. I know you keep telling me you got it accounted for. Something about that still bugs me.
Yeah.
And the reason why it bugs me is because, bam, they find her in the cemetery. And that bugs me. But if you told me it was accounted for. But it's funny how later down the road that I guess it wasn't her neighbor, I guess it's some relation. At least that's the hearsay. But my heart still thinks it could have been her. But I'm the dumbass, didn't do my job right. But if you swear it was someone account, that's not like a new body,
You're a policeman, reserve.
Yeah. But to me,
You don't believe him?
no, I do believe him, but it just, if he says, yeah, to a T, that was a certain person, I get, okay. But some reason my heart just, man, it's too coincidental. Bam, there she's at the cemetery. And it just, man, that makes so much sense, It's like,
Does it make sense?
to me, I don't want to blame nobody, but to me, it just,
Why would her mom?
I know, that's too many people involved.
I'm gonna address this issue
Okay.
real quick, and then we're gonna go more.
Okay.
We're gonna go forward. Okay. Why would her mom get you involved over by the dirt hole when her daughter is in the back seat? Why would she do that?
If
Do you
that
understand?
really was
Why
her?
would she be at the dirt hole and this girl be in the back seat? Why would she have come to your house hours earlier? Okay.
Right.
Why would she continue to do that? That don't even make sense.
I don't want to accuse nobody. It was a weird
Listen,
feeling.
can I tell you something? She don't come up for 3 interviews.
Mhm.
Okay? This story that you're talking about here, and I call it a story. Okay? And I got to be honest with you, because if I'm going to help you, I can't have you bringing people in that weren't there. She was not introduced, this blonde-headed kid was not introduced for 3 years into your testimony. Okay? So that's a story. We're not going there.
That's fine. That's
Okay. I'm going to help you with that one.
fine. Okay.
You can't even go there
Okay.
because that's a story.
Okay.
We're not going to go off on that bunny trail. That's not even a speculation.
Okay.
Trust me
Okay.
when I tell you.
All right.
Okay.
Yep.
She wasn't even in your statements for 3 years.
That's right.
Okay. She didn't come up till November 20th of 2010. Got it?
Yep.
Okay. I'm here to help you,
Yep.
but I
that's
ain't
fine.
going to let you do that.
Right. No,
Okay.
I know. I just.
Okay.
That's
So
fine.
continue.
Trying to think where we're at now. Okay, we're back here. That's when I told the mother, let's check cemetery. Even though I was told earlier everything was checked, I'm from this town. I would have still checked the cemetery myself. I would have still checked the schools myself. So from there, they got in their vehicles. I came to PD, told Officer Donker where we're going next. I get in my truck. I go this little alley right here, the police station here, down this road,
Mhm.
and straight up it. I remember going through a stop sign. And there's a little old park when you get to 5 Point on the right hand side. I got out of there, searching out my flashlight. After I got back in my truck there, I turned left, go down, that's Florence, and then the cemetery, I believe it was the first row, pull in there, and Ed and Rosina lived there. They had a big, they called it the Lion's Den, a little shack thing on their deck. I could tell they were in it. I remember either I called them, they called me. We talked to each other quite a few times during that little process there. But I told them, I told them what was happening. We got a missing girl. I'm shining a light, going slow through there. I hear a yell, and then kind of got my attention. Drive up a little more. When I turned, whatever the road is, it turned to the east. That's where I see everybody running around, screaming. I pull my truck up to a certain point, get out, run up there, and that's when I realized mother had her. That's when I realized she was dead. You could tell.
Do you remember how far you pulled up?
Not exact. I pulled up so far, stopped, and ran out. And as I was as I got out there, I remember everything going on. I remember getting on the phone with Officer Donker, and as soon as I turned around, he was right there. So he must have been, a matter of.
So, knowing that we have the times and the phone calls and the movements, is that concerning to you at all?
About times.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know exact times. That's my problem. What time was what
Right.
that night,
So in regards to your statements to us, to the police and to other police officers, your statements, I need to ask you, are they true?
Yes.
All of them?
Yes.
Okay, to the best of your knowledge?
That's my knowledge.
Okay. So if Brian wants to discuss some issues, maybe concerns, because we allowed you to say what you had to say,
Mm-hmm.
We want to go back to the details now.
Okay.
Okay? And what I want you to know is there's got to be an explanation for some of this stuff,
Okay.
but I don't want you to pull out the blonde-haired girl in the back seat.
All right. Well, I'll leave
Okay.
it. Yeah.
I can tell you right now that, and I told you earlier, that's not true. Okay,
Okay.
we know that. All right. So, and we know that based on your own account and people's account and other people's account.
But can I say one thing?
Yeah.
There was a person in the back of that car.
I'm not saying it
Okay.
wasn't. Okay. That doesn't matter to
Okay.
us. Okay. The issue here is, and we've gone through this. We're fully aware of how it went through the process. The reason why I asked you to be more detailed in the morning, okay, and what went on is because we specifically have evidence that says something different, okay? But we know we have a dead girl,
Mm-hmm.
okay? You've taken 3 polygraphs, so to hear you or to hear anyone say to you, we know you're involved. I know Brian probably, when he walked in here, said to you, we're done with our investigation, we're fully done, we know what happened, we need some intimate reasons as to why. Okay? Does that make sense? Would you agree with me?
Absolutely.
So, in regards to that, we know you're involved in this. Okay? That's why I'm trying to help you. All right? You have a choice in your process. We have video of you during the day. We have other evidence. I'm not going to give it to y'all. Okay? But now I'm going to say to you, you might want to reconsider how the day went. Okay? I'm telling you. Okay? It's not, you can't deny it anymore. The issue is why. That's the issue. And the only person that can fill that in is you. All right? So we're going to give you that opportunity again. We want to go through this with you because we can't help you and somebody in your position, okay, as a Christian, because I've heard you say you're a Christian. I see, you got your shirt on, and I'm a Christian too, okay? And there's a lot of reasons why people do stuff that sometimes it's not their fault, okay? And I believe in my good-heartedness that this is the case, but I can't say it. You have to say it, all right? And in doing that, by doing that, you'll have the opportunity to help yourself and me help you and Brian help you, okay? Because it doesn't look that way to other people, all right? So, is there anything going to change?
I don't know what
say
else
around
supposed to be done.
1:45?
1:45.
Yeah, I mean, I got you to basically tell me the truth about the porn site, right? Okay. Is there anything going to change in your testimony? Do you want to change any of that?
For that day.
For that day.
Now, I think, Brian, I think it was you talking to me, or it was Chief Adele. There's one day I was on my walkie-talkies. I talked to a couple people. Me and my son would talk to each other back before the school. Had some girl flirting with me. I don't think that was the same day. I drove by to see who it was. You guys got all the records.
What day was that?
I don't know. I guess that's why I'm wondering if that's what you guys are getting to.
This is your opportunity. Do you understand? We have our evidence. Do you understand?
I don't know what else You said something. I did something at 1 o'clock. What the hell did I do at 1 o'clock? It's home playing PlayStation. Unless that's the same day that I drove by to see what it was.
You tell me.
I don't know. I don't know if it's the same day. That's the only thing I can think of that...
See, that's part of the issue. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. You're a Christian, right? Mm-hmm. So if you want the grace in your life that you need right now, the only way you're going to get that is if you're honest, okay? I appreciated the fact that you immediately admitted about the porn because Christians are human beings, okay? You've been married 4 times.
Yeah.
If you were a perfect person, right, you wouldn't have been married 4 times,
right?
Okay? Yeah. Nobody's perfect. The issue about being a Christian is when you're given the grace to admit something, you need to take that opportunity. You were raised a Christian, you got saved when, 2003?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what kind of church did you go to?
I went to a Baptist church.
Okay, Baptist church, very biblical, right?
Mm-hmm.
Solid in its Bible understanding. Have you ever read the story about David and the prophet Nathan?
I'm sure during the years.
Okay, and David at the time was king. Okay, Nathan was a prophet of God. And he came to David and he said to him, David, I have a story for you. Okay, this is the story. He said, there was a man who had many sheep, many sheep, all kinds of sheep. And his neighbor had 1 sheep, and he loved that sheep. His neighbor loved it. And he took care of that sheep, and he fed it, and he kept it in the house. That man who had many sheep came to him and said, my friends are coming over. I would like to have your sheep. And he said, well, that's the only sheep I got. You can't have that one. Well, he took it anyway. And he took that sheep and he killed that sheep. Now Nathan, the prophet, is telling David this, okay, because God spoke to him. And he tells him, David, what should happen to that man who stole that man's sheep and killed it? What did David say? He said, that man deserves to die. You know what Nathan said? Nathan said, you're the man. David had a choice, right? He was king, right? He could either deny it or he could do what? Which he did. He fell to his knees and he repented because he made a mistake. He stole Uriah's wife. He saw her bathing on the roof and he stole his wife and had gotten her pregnant, okay? And the issue is, as a Christian, when God brings you to a place of being honest, you have an opportunity. And I really believe that. And if you're a Christian, if you are truly a Christian, and the only way to be forgiven is to be honest, okay, about this. All right? And I'm telling you.
I know you keep asking me about what I did that day.
You will never forget what you did that day.
But
okay? Because it won't go away until you're honest about it. And this is where we're at. Okay? That's why I'm here, to help you.
That's why I brought up the walkie-talkie thing. Was it the same day? I don't know.
Okay. And you said this lady was flirting with
Yeah.
me. What's the real truth about that? What's the
She
real
was
truth?
flirting with me. I wanted to see who it was.
Okay.
She asked me, you ever been hit on like this before? No.
Listen, that's just a sidebar to the issue that we're talking about. Was your life perfect back then?
Was my life perfect? No.
Relationship with your wife perfect?
No.
No?
We've had it rough.
I mean, you were on a porn site, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was it because you were hitting a home run every day at home? Huh?
No, our life wasn't perfect.
Yeah. How old were you then?
How long ago was it? 4 years?
You know.
39.
I mean, you know. You're 39, so you're a young man still. Okay? The issue is, you weren't living a perfect life.
No,
You weren't making the best decisions. But today, you're in a different situation. Truly a different situation, because that's not the way people think in this case. All right? They have some concerns. I think Brian's probably relayed it to you. If anybody's been in your corner, it's been Brian. And as I looked at and talked to you, and hear you say what you got to say, you know, I'm not necessarily believing what they believe, okay, about you, okay? But then again, I've talked to 100 people who've been involved in homicides, and trust me, some of them did mean to do it, and some of them, it was an accident, okay? And that's where we're at. There's no other way around it, okay? So I'm trying to help you.
Right.
Brian's trying to help you. And Brian, correct me if I'm wrong, even the process of, the videotape that he got earlier in the day, I mean, he's wanting to say what he was doing in the day.
I don't know what else I could have been doing, you know. That's why I told you about the walkie-talkies, whether that was the same day or not.
And listen.
You know, I didn't have nothing to do with this girl's dad.
Listen, don't say that, because I don't want to hear it, okay?
Fine.
Trust me, I know different, okay? The issue is, when you get into the time that you were supposed to be at home, you weren't. We have proof, okay? You just said it. You just told me what the evidence is. We got you on videotape, okay?
Okay.
The time that you say, but, we have a whole lot more, okay? What I want you to do is tell me, okay, what happened when you came in contact with her. That's what I want to know.
With who?
With the girl, Jody.
That was at the cemetery.
No.
I did not see her beforehand, guys.
Listen,
Come
we're
on.
not going to go there.
Oh,
Okay?
we won't go there.
Brian, you want to talk about the cemetery at all, or you want to talk about that issue?
I told you that there's a couple of things that you have to get over.
Okay.
And you know what those are. And I know what they are.
Okay.
And you
guys act like, what, I found her earlier or something? I did not find her.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Because you were there.
I was there. Where was this there supposed to be at?
You know where you were. And I know where you were. That's a problem. It doesn't have to be a problem, though.
That's I understand what you're saying, but I don't know where I was supposed to be at. You know, I'm not going to have people put things in my mind or words in my mind that I wasn't, you know,
nobody's going to do.
Okay.
Listen, that's why we're trying to get you to be honest, okay? So that we can defend you. Okay, that's the truth.
Okay.
All right, I'm telling you.
I was playing.
We can't tell you what to say. We're not gonna. That's why when you start saying, was I here? It's like, listen, you tell us again exactly. And you know what? You pretty much know Brian has been walking you through this thing. He's been close to you. He's been sticking to you. And he's doing everything he can. So without basically, he's telling you, look, you're a well-respected person in the community. You've been here a long time. And I know that too. Okay? So you got to be honest with him. If you sense that he's saying to you, you think I saw her earlier or I was at that cemetery, you know, you need to be honest to him. So he's not going to say to you, yes. He's not going to say to you, yes, you were there. I know you were there. We know you were there. He can't.
That's okay? Fine. Well, I'm not
the only reason he can't is he
do.
can't. Well, we're not asking you to.
Okay.
Okay? We're not asking you to.
Okay.
You know, when you go through the scenario, even the fact that you introduced the cemetery, what you said, okay, right in here, I heard you say it, is, if I would have went to the cemetery. If I was doing this, well, you were doing it. You even brought it up early on in the day to go to the cemetery. But timing's everything.
Mm-hmm. So why didn't you and Officer Dr. Gold then?
Why didn't you?
Yeah, I guess I could have definitely.
Why didn't you? You're the one who said if I was Donk or if I was, well, you're Ray McCann. Okay?
All right.
So I'm not asking that question. You're asking that question with your own statements. You're incriminating yourself basically by not doing something that you said, well, if I was Donker, I would have.
Well,
early on, and you're bringing it up.
He's the guy that's in charge over me.
You grew up there. If you'll walk down that boardwalk, creepy as it is, as you said, creepy, right? Creepy.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you go into a cemetery?
If
that was your thought.
Yeah, well, that would have been searched too. I would have searched the schools.
You were in the truck, right? You were in your truck, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't you think that's kind of difficult for us to explain to the group of people who are basically ready to arrest you and put you in prison for the rest of your life? Okay? So this is the thing. Okay? We know that you have issues with prior to, and we know you have issues afterwards. Okay, we do. That's all I can tell you at this point. Trust me when I tell you that. I can't be more honest than I am. And we're asking you to do this because when we started, we told you this investigation is over. Okay, the only thing we're doing now is trying to help you. And that's literally the case.
Okay.
Okay, so in process, let's walk through this again and share what you have to share. Okay, do it the right way.
I don't know what else to tell you guys. I told you everything. I was at home that day, playing PlayStation on the computer. If I did leave, if it was the same day of the walkie-talkie thing, I brought that up just in case that was the same day.
Don't you think that's?
I don't think it was. I could be wrong. It could be.
Don't you think, even if it was the day before and then you went out again, okay? Don't you think that's important information? Don't you think that's important? Let's say that.
To have it on the right day?
I think
it's important
because what?
How can I remember if it was that day or the day before?
Well, because the young lady came up missing.
Yeah, I understand that.
November 8th, okay, 2007.
I understand that.
That's a date that won't go away.
Yeah.
All right? That's the way it works. So you remember.
I did not see her until the cemetery. I don't know.
What happened to, well, I possibly could have been out on the walkie-talkie. What happened to that?
I could have been that day.
Okay.
But
what'd you do?
To me, I don't think it's that day.
What did you do on that day?
On the day.
Mm-hmm. What'd you do on that day that you were on that walkie-talkie and talking to that woman?
I told you guys I drove by to see who it was. Mm-hmm. Didn't see nobody.
Once? You went by once?
I think I went through, came back.
Mm-hmm. And how long did you talk to her?
A few minutes. I don't know, 20 minutes maybe.
You think?
I don't know. I'm not 100% how long we
You
talked
remember what
on
you
it.
talked about?
She was flirting with me.
That's a pretty simple statement.
I don't know
I mean,
exactly.
the lady who serves me coffee.
Right, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
I don't know
lady
exactly what all
delivers
she
my
said to
mail.
me.
Okay.
You know, I don't know what all she said to me. I remember her asking me, said, "You never been flirted with before, or whatever?" And I remember telling her, I said, "You know who I am, Rob. I coached in this town." I said, "I probably know who you are," but she wouldn't tell me who she was.
She wouldn't tell you who she was?
Mhm.
Why did you go there to look for her?
Because I wanted to see who was talking to me.
How'd you know
They
where-
told me
How do you know where to go?
because the person told me.
So that's part of your conversation.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not going to pitch and catch with you.
Right. I mean, you know, she told me where she's at. I said, well,
So then you went over there.
I drove
Where
by.
did she say? What did she say to you? Tell me what she
I
said.
don't know what all she said to me.
Where's this by? She said that, right?
She told me the street, whatever, Brown House. So I drove by.
Did you see anyone?
Nope.
No. Did you ever get out of your truck?
There, no.
No. Or anywhere through there when you were driving?
On the walkie-talkie thing?
Or after?
No, I don't think so.
Did you ever take your dog for a walk?
Nope.
No.
I mean, I probably have around our block. I know. I was asked if I walked the dog near the
What did you do the day after?
day after.
The day after you talked to her on the walkie-talkie.
I don't remember.
It's amazing you would remember that
Yeah.
the day before. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How do you know we know that you talked to her on that walkie-talkie?
Because I was told before. Chief Fidel, I think, brought it up.
But what I'm saying is, how do you think we found that out? How do you think
Well,
this group of people,
found out about the walkie-talkies?
yeah, and what you did,
Probably.
how we got evidence, something.
Probably after the case, whatever. When everybody gives tips in there, it was probably one of the tips. Hey, the guy was, walkie-talkie.
You think they investigated it?
I'm sure they checked it out. Yeah.
And you know that the state police is not like, a village police department.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're not. Okay, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. We're touching on the surface here. When I tell you that this investigation is completed, I'm giving you an opportunity. We're giving you an opportunity.
Mhm.
So, I just gave you a little sample.
Yeah.
These guys are pretty good, and, the computer thing, the porno and what you did and then the video they got. You ever heard of biometrics? Well, even in this little podunk house here at this village, there's cameras all over the place. Okay? And they have dates stamped in and time. Okay? And we have a biometrics unit that can go back and look at that stuff, and that's what these guys do. Okay? So you have a real problem. Your problem is you weren't at home. Okay? You were out. Mm-hmm.
On that day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
So that's a pretty big difference
No,
from
no,
what
I-
you had sat on for 3.5 years, don't you think?
that's got to be the same day I was playing PlayStation.
I'm not saying you didn't play PlayStation.
No,
That's
I
not
don't-
the issue. You can bring in PlayStation and porno and everything. Trust me. We can. I'm not denying that. But that's a pretty big thing to forget that you were out in your truck driving around at that time period.
I don't remember being out in my truck right around that time period.
That would be a thing to forget if you were hiding something.
Well, I'm not hiding nothing.
You want to bet? Okay, I'm trying to help you.
I know you're trying to help me, but
Listen,
I don't know what I'm
Listen,
supposed
this
to be
is
hiding.
the issue. Well, just the fact that you didn't bring that up in the first place. Because now I'm talking to you and you're like, the walkie-talkie thing.
That was.
If you knew that was there, you should have said, when I gave you the opportunity, you should have said that.
I don't know if it's the same day.
Yeah, you could have said that. I don't know if it's the same day,
Oh,
but
sorry, I
listen,
didn't.
3 years you've been saying, I was home,
Yeah.
didn't go out, blah, blah, blah. What else are you saying that isn't true that we have something different? Is there anything different in there? You think?
I don't know what you guys are getting to.
Why don't you just get to it instead of trying?
I don't know what to tell you guys.
Sure you do.
You know what?
Sure you do. Listen, I'm trying to help you. Straight
I know
up.
you're trying to help me. Ryan the other day was trying to help me, and you tried to get me to, I don't know what you were trying to do, get me to confess to something I didn't have no part of, and now you guys are doing it again.
No, Ray, that's, listen, there are lies in your whole account of that day. There are lies. And like he just said, we're not going to sit here and share them all with you, because it's there. Okay? You are a good guy. I've already said this to you. You know how I feel about you. I've always defended you. I think that you found yourself in a bad spot. Or there's another explanation that could possibly explain this. But you already said that didn't happen. And that is that you found her. And you didn't know what to do about it. And it scared the shit out of you. And you'd never seen anything like that before. So what do? You know, you don't know what to do. That would explain everything. And all this stuff.
But I did not find her.
Not that anybody else knows.
What's that supposed to mean?
You're not going to tell anybody that, because it's a pretty embarrassing thing.
No. You know, like I told you before, if I would have come across something like that, you'd have to call the cops, you'd have to call an ambulance. That's something you don't just hide. I told you that before.
That is true. Unless you have a reason to hide it.
Reason to hide it. Well, I would have no reason to hide.
So, that takes us back to another scenario that I don't believe is the case with you. I don't believe it happened the way it's going to be painted that it happened. I believe that the only other explanation for you to be there is to find her, not to put her there. Because if you put her there, then you're screwed the whole rest of the day. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't find her. I don't know what to tell you guys.
I know that you do know what to tell us, but I know that you can't.
What would be the reason why I can't tell you guys if I knew something?
Answer that question yourself.
You asked me before, are you being threatened? No, I'm not being threatened. You know, I don't know. We could sit here for hours, like the other night, but I didn't find her. And I'll be damned if I found her to cover it up. Why would you?
It wouldn't be a cover-up. It's simply that you...
We think I found her, panicked, and whoa, I don't know what to do.
And then directed everybody there so that you didn't have to be the guy, because now they're going to point the finger at you.
Exactly.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Because you weren't even supposed to be out there working.
Yeah.
Belt, gun, belt, you already told to take that off. So now if you find her, it's like, oh, geez, a Pete, they're going to think I did this.
I see what you're saying, but...
If that's a scenario, you need to be honest. That's what we're trying to say, because there's only other way. There's only other way.
If I would have found her, they would have known from the get-go. You know, Donker would have been there, the police, we'd probably have the state there, everybody.
Well, I think you were trying to get him there. I think you were trying to get him there eventually. I think you were trying to get people to the cemetery, weren't you? I mean, you were telling everybody, go to the cemetery. Go to the cemetery.
No,
go to the cemetery.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. No, I didn't put her there. I didn't find her.
Okay? So, you know, we're not even saying that. What we're saying is, You found her, but you were afraid because you didn't want them to think you put her there, okay? And to be quite honest with you, that could explain why you failed that question, is because you were thinking that way. And we can't help you, we can't get you taken care of unless you are honest. That's why you're here.
Guys, I'm being honest. You guys, God is my witness. I didn't find her. You know,
Well,
this thing would never been
let's
dragged
go
out.
to this. Let's go to the other scenario then. If you didn't find her, okay, let me go to the other scenario here. That they got evidence, okay, that you came in contact with her, okay, and okay, you were on the porn site, okay, you're trolling on the porn site, you having a problem, so you were looking to hit a home run here, Chief. Okay, this is what they're going to paint. I'm not saying this. I'm telling you, this is what they're going to say to you, okay? We feel different, but I'm telling you what they're saying, okay?
Okay.
You're trolling along and you come across this little girl, okay? And we don't know fully how you came across her, if it was because she was headed over to your son's or you caught her in your car, but in the process, we know that your son, okay, was asked by her to date, okay? Is that correct? You know that.
Yeah.
You know that because you told me that, okay, and I've heard you say it, okay, so you know that. So their situation is that you ran into this little girl, okay, and in the process of a very short time, something bad happened real fast, okay? For instance, you know, obviously you know, since you were there, do you know anything, and correct me if I'm wrong, Brian, about the handcuffs?
What about the handcuffs?
I'm asking you.
I own one pair and they got them.
Do they?
Yeah.
Just one pair, huh? You don't own any other pair?
No, the only pair I got has Keith Scantrell's name on them.
Really?
Yeah.
Ray, that is a lie.
How would I have two? What do you mean it's a lie?
It's
My
not.
belt only carries one handcuff thing.
So does mine, and I have multiple pair.
No, I don't have multiple pairs.
How many do you have?
I have one pair.
Okay,
We have two if you don't.
I told you there's some problems, and that is one of them. And I'm glad that you just brought it up.
Okay.
We know of more than one pair. We know where you got it. We know the brand of it. We know a lot.
Okay. Where did I get another pair of handcuffs?
So then we go to the scenario, okay? You don't have to try to convince us,
Okay.
because we know, okay, you got two pair. This is the issue. They're saying this, we're saying, okay, he's got two pair. No problem. All right. This is the scenario. You run in contact, something bad goes. But maybe, this is their thought, maybe Ray is living a double life. I mean, Ray says he's a Christian. Ray says he's this, that, a coach, whatever. But when mom leaves to work, Ray trolls the streets looking to pick someone up. Gets on porn before he does it. Jacks off. Goes to a religious site. A couple of them to feel better. And he leaves the house. Okay? This is what they're saying. All right? You understand what I'm telling
That's
you?
their
You see where we're
scenario,
getting?
okay.
Oh, yeah? Well, just so you know, that these are the same people that just convicted somebody with no body. All right?
Okay.
Are you hearing me? So we're going through this process. All right? And I'm trying to tell you, I don't believe that's what happened. But this is what they're saying. Okay? Make contact with this girl. Somehow. Something goes bad real fast. But Ray's a pervert. Ray's a predator. Ray's a cop, and he knows how to do this stuff. And he's been around it enough. Okay? This is what they're going to paint. This is what he does. Okay? And he's had a lot of problems with women. Right? Definitely wants to hook up with her. Made that very public. They can paint that picture pretty clear. Trust me when I tell you that. Okay? Then something goes bad real fast, so you have to put her away. Okay? You have to hide the body because you panicked. All right? Next thing you know, you're getting your kids ready for bed, and mom knocks on the door, and oh shit, what do I do now? Okay? They can paint that picture, and your behavior through that process, trust me, they can mark it out with phone calls. They can do a lot. They got video. Trust me. But this is what I believe happened. Okay? somewhere in this process, and Brian, correct me if I'm wrong, you and I are on the same page here, okay? That's not what happened. You're not that kind of person. You're respected.
I don't think you're that person at all.
Okay, but I'm just telling you what we're dealing with here, right? And it's not a joke.
I know it's
This is not a joke.
And nothing against you guys, but this is bullshit.
Okay, so if it's bullshit, I need the right shit, okay, to put it in your own words, to be able to deal with this process. And I know we know you're not being honest. All we're trying to do is get you honest. Let me ask you a question, okay? The girl shows up at your house, okay? She wants to talk to your son because she wants to know if he's going to date her, okay? They get into, listen, that's not true, okay? That's not true. What I'm saying is, she wanted to date your son, okay? So the scenario, it's either one way or the other, okay? We know that you made contact. You had contact with her that day. We know that. Okay, I can't tell you enough. We know that, okay?
Okay.
So this is the only explanation as to why something happens and you are trying to take care of it and be responsible, okay? That's why the situation with the cemetery comes up. That's why you're trying to get people to the cemetery, okay? You're a well-respected person, okay? I'm not saying that you downright killed that girl. I know that. All right, I don't believe you did that, okay? But I could be wrong too. I'm just believing the best. I mean, you're sitting in front of me, you got a Jesus Saves shirt on, you know, I'm watching your life fall apart. I've seen you do 30 years of good community service here. You're a reserve cop. But on the other hand, listen, if I don't find out what the truth is here today, they're going to paint it for you, all right? And all I'm trying to do is I'm trying to understand, okay, that the person sitting in front of me is a guy I know he is.
They can paint their damn picture, whatever they want to do. I didn't have nothing to do with this damn thing. I went out there, did my job that night, supposedly. I guess I didn't do it to a T.
I believe you.
You know,
as a matter of fact,
this is the hell I'm going through.
That gets back to the process of trying to help this girl understand that your son don't want to date her, okay? Trying to help her understand. She flips out. You're just trying to control things. And you say, listen, take it easy, settle down. And she flips out, literally flips out, and starts yelling and screaming because she wants to be with your son, all right? And you're doing your job. You're doing what you always do, correct? You're doing what you always do. You take control. You say, hey, settle down, relax, and something happens in that process. Even to the point where she almost is going to hurt herself, and she gets handcuffs put on her because she's going crazy, okay?
Okay.
What else is there, Ray?
I don't know, you tell me, but that's all bullshit. Not against you guys, I respect you, but that's bullshit.
Well, why don't you tell me what happened?
I don't know what happened to her. We can sit here all freaking night, guys. I do not know what happened to her. We can sit here for hours and hours. I can get fired from my job. But I do not know what happened to her. I did not find her. I did not put her there. I did my job that night. And this is the fucking hell that my family has gone through ever since this has happened. And it looks like I'm continue going through this shit. I don't know what to tell you guys. They can paint their fucking picture, make me look like whatever. So be it. You know? I know. God knows. I had nothing to do with this.
God does know.
That's right. God does know. And one day, just like I told you, I hope to God we're all standing together because I'm going to say I told you so. I'm going to hold myself to that one day, Brian. I'm sure you believe in God. You told me you do too. I had nothing to do with this. They can paint their effing picture.
Here's, like I said, like he said, and I've said to myself, thinking it, nodding my head right along. You obviously aren't going to know everything that we know, and we're not going to share it with you. You didn't ask to be in this position. You didn't ask for her to come to your door.
No, she didn't come to my door. Mother did. If that's what you're talking about.
That's who I was talking about.
No, I didn't ask for all this shit. I didn't even have to go out and look that night.
you need to, I believe that, what's that? What'd you just say?
I didn't even have to go out and look that night.
You didn't.
But I did.
You should.
I thought it was my damn job.
And then you went out and you...
Well, that's the kind of person you are.
Yeah, you're that guy. I've told you this. We sat down and talked about this. I said that Ray McCann, just all the things he just said, you've heard this before. You're a good parent. You don't let your kids act like the other kids at the other place. I don't think that you did anything to kill this girl. Jody.
Man, I know what you're talking about.
Her.
Yeah, exactly.
Her. She's not here anymore, right?
I understand that.
And I know you just as much as anybody else wants to get this over with.
Fucking A-right, Eddie. I'm sorry for cussing, but you know what? I'm just tired of this shit. I am so tired of this. Tired of the hell I'm going through. It's just like it never ends. You know? I thought I did my fucking job that night. Apparently, I did a half-ass job.
Well, we talked about that before.
Yeah, we did.
Well, we're not even going to go there.
That's fine.
Because I don't know how, for the life of me, that you can say that you see a girl dead in the back of a car and you don't do anything about it. That is the biggest dereliction of duty I ever heard.
Dead in the back of the car. So they seen a blind
You're sure?
kid.
No, Ray. That is not the picture you painted for me. She wasn't moving. She just, when you think the kid would move.
But see, that's the process we're talking about, Ray. That's all bullshit.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
So when you do that, what that does is it reinforces the process of the other viewpoint, and we're not there. We know that people panic, they make statements, they get pressed, they're pushed. You're a good man. We know that. We listen. You gotta tell me, because I know for a fact you're a good man. And when you say I was doing my fucking job, because that's what you said, I guess I didn't do that. Listen, I believe you were doing your job the best you could, even in the process. Listen, police officers, human beings, fathers, spouses, husbands, no matter what, you don't do a perfect job, okay? But this is the issue. If something happens in performing your duty, or you're trying to help something, you don't lie about it. You tell the truth. You say, this is what happened. I was trying to do this, and this is what happened. And see, that's what we're not getting. You're even, the girl in the back seat was a panic move on your part, because you feel like that's what you have to do when you don't have to. What you need to do is just be honest as to what happened then. Okay, because now you're being confronted with this stuff, which in fact there's some legitimate questions about why you would do that, and so we're trying to clear them up. And I'm saying, listen, and Brian's saying, listen, this guy's a good guy. Okay, we have a dead girl here. All right, we have a person who's trying to do what's best. We need this person to say what he was doing best. We're not necessarily convinced it's the way you see it, but if we can get this guy to tell us the truth and trust enough, then
well, guys,
we can help him.
We can sit here all night, like I said. You know, I didn't see her earlier. I didn't find her. I don't know what happened to her. I don't know what else to say. I just don't. You know? I don't know what else to tell you guys. I'm not going to confess to something I didn't do, so...
I'm not asking you to.
I'm not confessing that I even found her earlier. I'm not going to say something I didn't.
What I'm asking you is be honest about that. Okay, be honest about the process, because I can work with that process.
That's fine. Okay.
Brian can work with that process.
How many times do I got to say this? I did not find her earlier. I did not see her. I did not kill her.
Okay, listen. Okay, let me give you a hypothetical on what you just said. If you never found her, that they could say she was never lost. You knew where she was the whole time. If you didn't kill her, that might be the case. Could have been someone else. And thirdly, okay, doesn't that make sense, what I'm telling you? You see what you're saying? And all we're saying is, listen, they have something on the other side of this. Okay? I can't give you the scenario because then you lose your opportunity. That's the whole issue here. Okay?
I don't know what
And we have the full investigation. I told you, we just don't know the why, the little part in there. Okay? We know we have a dead girl. We know that Ray's involved. Okay? We've told you that. So, in that process, all we can do is lead you to the water. But we can't make you drink it. All right? We can't save you from going to prison if you don't want to. Okay? We can't.
So they're going to stick, me in jail for something I had no part of? Is that how the system works?
Let me ask you a question, Ray. Let me ask you something right now. Okay? Do you honestly believe that the best police practice was not to go to the cemetery when you're telling everybody to go there?
Best police?
Yeah. Do you think if you can walk down a shadowy boardwalk earlier in the day, okay, and you don't go to the cemetery, but you're telling everyone else to, do you think that's the best police practice? You even said, if I was Donker, I'd go to the cemetery. Are you going to tell me like you're scared of cemeteries? Are you going to tell me?
It's not your favorite spot, at night.
Well, you can walk down a boardwalk and it's creepy.
It was creepy. I had my flashlight with me.
I mean, but you were afraid. You were afraid to go in the cemetery. Is that why you didn't go? I mean, you're a policeman. Is that why you didn't go? I mean, seriously.
Call me a chicken shit.
Is that why you sat there and waited for people to get there? Is that why you did that?
Sat there and waited.
Yeah, is that why? Because that's what they're saying, okay? That's what the phone indicates. That you... Okay? And they didn't answer, but you were checking to see if they could see anything. And then, after you moved the body there, okay, after you checked, then... Okay, and asked him if he saw anything. This is the issue.
That's what they're going to say, huh?
This is what the issue is. There is a whole hell of a lot more. Trust me.
Well, guys, I didn't put her there. I'm sorry.
Are you afraid of the cemetery? Right?
Am I afraid of the cemetery?
Are you afraid? Then say it. I'm afraid of the cemetery. I mean, I'll walk down that creepy boardwalk. I'll even go into the DNS. I'll go into the DNS, Ray, and I'll ask the lady about the video. Okay? Let's go back to that inconsistency, because you didn't talk about dogs, did you?
Yeah, I did say something about dog on the chain. Yes, I did.
Okay. How about the video cameras? You talked to her about the video cameras?
Talk to her about the video cameras?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Well, guess what?
Talk to her about video cameras.
We got you.
Why would I be talking about video
We got
cameras?
evidence. You talked to her about video. We got her. We got it. Am I right, Brian?
Mm-hmm.
Am I right?
The lady at the store, I talked to about video
The lady
cameras.
that you went into and talked to. You know that thing you said, well, I was just making small talk about the dogs?
Yeah.
Remember when I asked you, what was your conversation about? Okay, this is just a small piece of what I'm trying to tell you. With the video we got you earlier today, if you can't give us an explanation, I can't help you, he can't help you, you're screwed. It's like we're going to just keep pounding this freaking information in there and giving you opportunity, and you're like, wow, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, maybe. No. Listen, we know that you discussed with the lady when you went there, not just whatever you said to her as to why you were there, but specifically you talked to her about video. Okay?
That's whatever.
That's really important. That's huge. Right? That's just one little thing.
Okay.
Okay? And we're not going to give you everything. All I can tell you is, Ray, you would be a fool. You will be a fool as a person if you don't start telling the truth. Honestly.
Guys, like I said...
And I know you're not a fool. I know that.
We stay here all damn day.
Ray, why would it be bad to ask about video cameras?
I just can't see my asking on that.
Why? As a policeman?
You want to see if there was a girl in there earlier?
That you could look back and say, did she show up at DNS? I think she was looking for some, what was it, beef jerky?
Yeah.
I don't know, guys.
Holy smokes.
Okay, I guess I should have.
And if I could just elaborate on that a little bit more, and I'm just telling, I'm here. This is all for you right now. Okay, this is your chance to stand up and be the person that does good for everybody here.
Guys,
Well, listen, just listen a minute. Wouldn't you think that since you had just been there a few minutes before, that you would have told Donker that, shit, I've already been here, dude?
Tell him 43.
8:43. And it isn't but a few minutes later that you're back with Mark.
Okay.
Hey man, I already been here. I already went in and talked to this lady.
Yeah, but Mark is the
I don't care who Mark
charge
is
or
here.
whatever. I mean, obviously he's going to go back, check shit. Why wouldn't he?
He may just do that, but you certainly would say
I mean,
that.
if you took the she was check the cemetery, you certainly would have told Donker that, right?
Seems
From your
logical.
sister's point of view, and you're telling everybody to check the cemetery. It's already been checked. You know? It's like, you're not talking to other policemen there, you're talking to your sister, and then you go to this, you're talking to Donker. It's like, when you tell Donker, I already been there, man.
Ray,
What?
let's just a couple more things. These are my problems. I have explained away some of the other ones for myself because I believe I know what happened. But these are a couple of my problems. You saw the bike over by Falcon.
Mm-hmm. A bike.
A bike.
Yeah, we never did go back and
I
check.
misspoke.
Okay.
You said you called Donker, right? And he never went out and checked it.
We never checked it. Mhm.
When you called Donker about the bullshit bike in the alley over by your sister's house, he brought the whole world.
I'll be right back.
Why didn't he come the other one?
I don't know.
Because you never told him.
I'm sure I told him about the bike.
Right when you
Yes,
found
I did. Because we never went back and checked on it. It's got to be in his report. You're going to have to look. Oh, Brian, this is bullshit.
That's what I think.
I did not find her, Brian. I did not put her there. And I do not want to be here all night.
I want to think that
My son's still out there worrying, probably.
I want to think that hopefully it's here. It's all in here.
That's fine.
And Jody wanted to know what the answer to her question was. Jody wanted to know because she loved him.
I think he was going to tell her no. I think what she asked him if they would be boyfriend and girlfriend. I think his answer is no, and I think he already talked to you about that, or we'll talk to somebody down here about that.
Yeah, that's
There's
what he
nothing I
said.
can do about that.
If he told her no, why would she be coming over there?
She didn't come over to our house.
Why would she be heading that way?
Why would she be heading, towards our place? After school?
Yeah.
According to, ask my son, I'm sure he already gave his statement. They went one way, he went the other way.
Yeah, then.
Okay.
Can we just talk a second about the Dollar General?
Okay, what about it?
You went to the Dollar General with your boys, right?
Correct.
And you went with them right after school, right?
Correct.
Right after they got home.
Believe so.
And you were there for how long?
Enough to look around, buy them guns.
What'd you buy?
I don't know if I bought anything.
What did you go there for?
Something to do, I guess.
Just something to do?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I went there to get anything particular, I don't think. I don't have my receipt, so I don't know if I bought anything or not.
You don't have the receipt. Just know that.
Okay.
What did you go there for?
I don't know. I bought them boys the laser guns.
Were those boys with you, Ray?
Yeah. Yeah.
That day?
Yeah. When we bought them, yeah.
Beforehand you got home?
Yeah. We don't let our boys just roam frickin' wherever.
What happened when you got back from the store with the laser guns?
I think they dicked around with them for a little bit. And then my son had homework. Was all back to watching TV and wait till the wife gets home.
So kids played with the laser guns?
I think for a little bit.
You saw them play with the laser guns?
I think so. I think they dicked around with them for a little bit.
Was that inside or outside the house?
Maybe inside.
What do these things do? They just...
I think they spark. Yeah. Pull the trigger, make a noise, and they spark it. And I remember.
And you thought, when you took the guns out of the packages and gave them to the boys, you said, God, I think I'm just going to hang on to these because a little while later Joe might show up and her daughter might be missing.
No. The packages were in my closet for a long time, and after all the bullshit started, I still had them, kept them.
So you never gave them to the boys then that day?
The guns, yeah, the cardboard.
And you just
The
kept the
cardboard that I
packages?
gave you, yeah.
Why did you do that?
Because I threw them into my closet. Threw them in a box, and that's where they've been for years. And I finally gave them to you.
Do you think that's odd?
I don't think so. I'm a rat pack. I collect everything.
Pack rat, you mean?
Pack rat, whatever you want to call it. No, I don't think that's how it's all out for me. I got so much shit. It's like now I'm moving. You gotta throw away a bunch of shit.
Ray, just like I told you the last time that you were here, there is a logical explanation for this, that the story is that people in this community can relate with, and then there's one that they're going to hear.
Well, my true friends know me. They know I had no part of this. And
That's what they tell you to your face.
You know, maybe they do. But whoever wants to paint their damn picture and make it look like I'm a monster, there's nothing I can do about it.
I know you're not a monster.
No.
I know you're not that guy. I know that you're...
I had nothing to do with it, Brian. I don't want to do this all night. Okay? My son's out there. He's been waiting a long time. I'd like to go home with him. I don't want to do this. I had nothing to do with this. I did not find her.
You know that explains it all. That you can honestly say to anybody that is going to critique your every move like they are, you can say, and people would understand and relate to that that's why there's so many inconsistencies
I can see it,
in
yeah.
my statements.
I can see
That's
that.
why all of these things that make me look to be this monster, I'm really not that monster. In fact, I am rather a timid man in not maybe very strong, and I couldn't handle it.
I can see when painting that picture, and it's
It's the picture you're gonna have to paint. They can recognize, they can relate with that. They can say, I guarantee you there's probably half a dozen people, more than that, I don't know why I threw that number out there, but there's a ton of people out there that can say, how many people have seen a dead body? Other than their relatives sitting in a box at the funeral home, they don't see those things.
No.
Nobody's going to know how they would react when they see that. How many had you seen before then?
It's at the funeral home.
How was it for you?
When I saw her,
Yeah.
it's devastating. You
You ever seen a dead body not in a funeral home?
No.
No, right?
No.
People don't act normal when they do those things, not to mention the fact you're blown up on all these meds.
No.
Probably thinking clearly.
Can I interrupt you one second? My son, did you?
Yeah, I just checked. Apparently, he's at his grandma's.
Oh, you
Yeah, I wanted to check.
Okay.
So, yeah, definitely.
It's your story now to tell.
I told you guys.
It would explain a lot if you did. What would you think would happen if you told us that you found her there and you didn't know what to do? What do you think would happen to you?
If I found her there and didn't know what to do, I'd be calling. I mean, I'd know what to do. I'd be calling the police.
No, but what he's asking you, Ray, is what would happen to you today if that was the case. If that really did happen, you found her and then you didn't do what you at the time, but today you said, you know what do you think would happen to you? You think you'd like get in huge trouble, you get thrown in prison, or what do you think would happen to you? That's what you're asking, right, Brian?
Right,
Am I correct?
right.
If I found her,
And
But
you didn't do
say
anything. You didn't tell anybody.
Now,
What crime is that?
I don't
What do
know
you
if there's a crime in that.
What do you think would happen to you?
I don't know. But
Do you think that would be
if I would
bad?
have found her, I would have said something. Well, if it wouldn't be right, you should say something, and you just don't find someone and just leave there and just keep it to yourself. You know, as far as you know, if you found somebody, maybe they're unconscious, whatever, you call an ambulance.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. Remember this, though. I don't have to be here now with you. I did this on a personal level because I have connected with you a little bit, okay? I'm taking time out of my life right now to be here for you. It's your turn to be here for the rest of this town, okay? Because I'm giving you every opportunity
You know, Brian,
to say, listen, let me finish, to say that that's what happened, and that explains it all. And then we're done, okay? But at the same time, what you're doing, Ray, if that is not true, and you're adamant that it's not true, you're sending us right down that other road.
But I don't want to. You guys make it look, well, that's the easy way out. So what? I lie, say, okay, I found her.
No.
And that's bullshit there, too. You know, so since I'm not saying that, they're going to paint a picture of the bad route. Is that what you guys are trying to tell me?
Well, it's just like the handcuffs, dude.
You know?
You know, it's like an opportunity for you to be honest. You know, well, had another pair.
Okay.
And we know.
Whatever.
We know. Where'd those handcuffs go? Who was fucked in that?
They gave them the handcuffs for my birthday. You guys got them.
That's true.
No, we know that.
I don't
We're
have
talking
another
about
pair
the other
right
ones that you
now.
had prior to that. What'd you do with them?
I don't have another pair, so if he says I have another pair, he can stick it in his ass, whatever.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's his word against yours.
I guess.
And you know, he's saying, look, I know for a fact he
I
had
only have one pair.
this type of handcuffs, right?
Oh my
I mean,
guys.
we even know what the model is, right?
Yeah.
And see, that's what we're trying to say to you, dude. Listen, Brian is saying there's got to be a fully explanation. What do you think's going to happen to you? We would love to be able to give answers to this stuff, and that's what we're trying to do.
I
here.
know you're trying to get answers, but if I don't have answers, I guess we can't give answers to the stuff, can we?
Well, there might be an explanation.
Well, I don't have an explanation.
My
I have another pair of
explanation for
handcuffs.
it, totally, my explanation for this,
Shit.
look, our investigation shows you're involved in her death. I said that. It's either, it was on purpose, intentional. Listen, it was either intentional or it was accidental. We know it was accidental, but we can't tell you that, okay? We're hoping that you're strong enough and a man enough, like you are, we see it in you, to say that. But you know what, dude? We can't spoon feed it. But trust me when I tell you. Listen to me when I tell you. I know it was an accident. I know you didn't mean to kill that little girl.
I didn't.
Okay?
Damn.
And I didn't. Listen, dude. I'm telling you. I know that. But in the process, I can know it all day long. But you have to, and I'm not asking you like you keep saying a lie. I'm telling you, our investigation shows you're involved in her death. Now, it was either on purpose or it was accidental. And this is what I'm saying to you. Listen, dude, we can go with it. We can fill in the blanks. We know the details. All right? If in fact she flips out, okay, and you're trying to calm her down, being a good policeman and saying, take it easy here. Listen, take it easy. and she just goes crazy, and she accidentally dies in the process. What do? You're a policeman. Oh my gosh, how do I explain this? You panic, and you do stuff, listen, that you normally would not do because you're afraid. And that's normal. You got 30 years of good reputation, even in your father's life, okay? Then you look at your life, and a policeman, what do? You panic. And that's true. We can, Brian and I can say, listen, we can defend that all day long, because you know what? This guy's life shows that. There's no doubt about it. And that's what we're trying to tell you. We know that. And that's a very feasible, understandable process, dude. You can bring closure to the kids, family. You know, you look at the process and you say, listen.
You know what, guys, if that was true, this would have been done a long time ago.
But listen, dude. Not everybody in this case was ready to hear that. Now, you got two guys. Listen, I'm going to tell you something. I would have did the same thing. I'd have did the same thing you would have, because if that would have happened to me, I would have panicked. Because you know what?
But I didn't.
This village, listen, when you don't have people that fully understand investigations, but now that you do, you got two people who are looking at it and say, that's very feasible. I'm telling you, that's it. It ain't the other way. I'm telling you that right now. He panicked. Okay, it was an accident. He didn't mean to do that, and this is what he did. Everybody does it. That's normal human behavior. But in a crowd of fucking pitchforks, pardon my French, but pitchforks, and don't take this the wrong way in any way, but in a one policeman village where everybody's trying to pin stuff on somebody, I can understand the panic at all. I would, listen, that's what we're trying to tell you. So I'm trying to tell you, okay, it was either this way or an accident, and I know it was an accident. I know it was. I know you're a good man. I've watched I've studied it, dude. This is what I do, and it's an explanation. But on the other hand, okay, you have to be strong enough right now with us.
We're going back to where I said I'm not going to admit to something I didn't have part of. Okay, guys, if I
listen. We're saying to you, we know you have part of it. We want you to know, you're just as much as you're asking us to sit here, as Brian said, and do this. We're asking you to have the courage, because we're gonna stick by you, okay? And you need to have the courage. I understand why you would have done what you did, okay? I'm very convinced of it, all right? Because I know you're not this guy who just downright killed her and tried to get weird with her. That's hideous. That's a joke. This guy's life has never shown that. He's been an upright citizen. He's a good father. He's a good policeman. And all that goes into your life. I'm not saying you had a perfect life. I'm not saying you weren't, as a little boy, you might have had things that affected you as a kid, and all these things come on, but you're a good man.
Okay, you guys.
You're a good man. Everybody has things that affect them. Jeez, oh Pete, listen, you think I never fought with my wife?
Hey,
listen.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
I didn't just wake up one day and said, oh, I'm going to totally fuck my life up.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I agree with you. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say to you. That's what Brian's trying to say. So we understand. Our investigation shows that you were involved in her death, but it wasn't on purpose. It was an accident.
No,
it was an accident. And your behavior, post-behavior, and the process is totally explainable, because you know what? There's too much incompetence in this process. But we're telling you now, don't be afraid. Tell the truth.
I didn't fight her, guys. We can sit here all night. I don't want to sit here all night. Just like I told Brian, I want to get back to my son. I did not.
Your boy's fine.
I know he is, but you know what? We got a lot of unpacking to do. We got shit scattered all in our apartment. And I didn't have nothing to do with it, guys.
Listen.
I ain't going to go out there and fuck my life. If I were, let's say it was you.
I don't think you went out and fucked your life on purpose.
You think I'm just going to leave you laying there if it was you or him or anybody?
Well, if you believe that people aren't going to believe that it was an accident, you're damn right. You know what? I'm telling you, I would too. I would get scared and make it bad. Listen, that's what I'm trying to tell you. If I was in a village, right? Am I in the village, and you're looking around, and these people, I mean, hey, come on. What they're looking to crucify somebody, and it's like, I know the abilities here, the capabilities here, and it's not like maximum. So what do? You panic. I would panic too. Okay. And all I was doing was my job. Did you ever hear about a cop who honestly, he's doing his job, and he accidentally shoots somebody, right? Yeah. And then he does the worst thing he could do. He starts panicking, and he doesn't tell the story properly. And in this case, he was just checking this homeless guy out, and the next thing you know, this home guy was actually looking for help, and he ends up killing this guy in the process of trying to help him. Everybody wants to send this guy to prison, this cop. I mean, I'm not giving you a made-up scenario. This is the real deal. And he panics in the process. He doesn't tell the whole story. He doesn't tell the full story because he doesn't trust. He doesn't see. He doesn't see that there's people there that really do understand why he did what he did and can sit in his corner. And listen, that's what we're telling you. I'm saying our investigation shows you're involved in her death, and it was either in this way or it was an accident. And we're saying, look, it was an accident, and his behavior has plenty of explanation, has plenty in the accidental process because he's a good man. He was trying to help her. She obviously was unreasonable, and accidents happen, so then he panicked. And nobody was going to believe him. Nobody wanted to believe him. I mean, definitely Mom didn't want to believe him. Shit, she's banging on the door screaming, and that's just the first part of it. Do you understand? I mean, listen to me, man. This is your opportunity.
I know, you guys, you keep on over this and over and over this. You know, I'm not going to admit something I didn't have part of. You know, I'm not going to admit that. You guys can do all your talking, but you know what? I did my job that night. I did not have part of, and whatever the fuck happened to her. I wish I knew what happened to her, because then I guess we wouldn't be having this conversation. This son of a bitch would have been done a long time ago. Guys, I don't know what you want from me. You want a confession that I can't give you.
I would never want you to confess.
Oh, I'm not confessing this shit. Not even confessing that, you know, if I found her. But I didn't, guys. I didn't find her. I didn't put it there. Didn't kill her. You know.
I didn't want to bring this up, but I fully expected that I just knew in my mind that had to be the reason why all these problems is because you just found her and you didn't know what to do. That made sense to me. But that didn't happen. So, have you ever heard the title Plant Pusher?
What's that?
Ever heard that before? You ever heard the screen name like that or anything like that? Okay. I'm just curious on that. Ray, we've been at this a good minute. You know, we've been down here a while.
Yeah.
They've worked on this for FOMO going on 4 years now. You know, and they didn't have us then. And we just aren't a pretty face. We're here because we know what the fuck we're doing. And the only explanation for all of this is the one explanation that I gave you, that I believe in my heart. And that is obviously what you're telling me is not the case.
I didn't find her, guys. I don't want to sit here all night.
We have...
God, don't you think I would have found her? I would have got on the old hotline and had an ambulance, cops, and fucking everybody in the neighborhood, you know?
Now, if you didn't trust them, I wouldn't have either. Personally.
All right.
Or not if you were worried that they would think that you did it.
That's what I'm saying. You don't trust them. Trust your investigative process. You don't trust them. They're going to immediately think you did it.
You know, fuck them, man.
Yeah. Well, I think under the circumstance, you know, at the time, that was your choice. But today, you can't say fuck them.
I know.
You know, the accident compared to the you caused her death. Was it accidental or was it on purpose? Then you get into that.
One's death.
You just asked me, don't you think that if I would have found her, I would have called someone?
Yeah, don't you think? Wouldn't you? If I would have,
this isn't about me.
Okay, it's about me.
Well,
guys, I already told you, if I would have walked up on something, I would have called. That's an obvious. You would have called. You would have, you know. It's like I said, hell, as far as you know, someone could be unconscious. You'd call an ambulance. You'd call cops. You know.
What if you checked her and she wasn't? What if she's dead, okay, like she was, and you start thinking, wait a minute, man. Wait a minute here.
You'd still
I found her, and everybody's going to know, and it may have even been the first place you went because you even brought it up. Cemetery. Nobody wants to do it. You go there, it's like, oh my gosh. If I say that I found her, admit to it, they're going to think I killed her when in fact I didn't. Do you understand what Brian's trying to tell you?
Yeah.
So your explanation don't make sense in some ways because any rightful thinking person would have done that. They would have said, well, you know what? I'm not going to be the first one to find her. I know where she is. She's there. If I can tell people to go there, but that way they don't expect that I'll be the person to find her and I'll be blamed.
That's one of your guys' scenario you're saying, but I didn't find her, guys.
Well, how come you never went there?
Went to the cemetery.
After all this time of saying, we're gonna go check, I'm gonna go check. Have you checked? Have you checked? Have you checked? Have you checked? My sister, have you checked countless times? So much so she got tired of fucking hearing it. How come Ray McCann never went?
Well, that would have been one of my places I would have went. The school would have been
No.
Why didn't I go earlier?
Why didn't you go at all?
I don't know. I mentioned it to Doc earlier. Why didn't we go there? I don't know.
Because that's the story you have to stick with now because you told it before and you think if you tell a different one now that's going to jam you up.
Mm-hmm.
No.
That's exactly right. And
I don't know why we didn't go there for.
You didn't go there because you knew she was there and you wanted to.
No, I didn't know she was there.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you knew it.
Guys,
And, we're giving you that reason, and we know that that's the case. Okay, and I'll say it again to you. Our investigation shows that you knew that she was there.
I did not know.
And
she was there.
the issue is, it's very explainable as to why you wouldn't go back there, why you wouldn't and find her. But
Well, gee, and then I must mean Donker too. Is he under what do you want to call it? An eyeball too? Why didn't he go there?
well, Donker was busy doing the Amber Alert
Yeah,
because he didn't find her first.
Wasn't
He didn't have her there. Do you understand? Donker's not the guy. You're the
he?
guy.
Yeah, let's blame it on me.
You're the guy, dude.
Okay.
You're the man.
Because
No,
he
I'm
told
not,
you
man.
that's a good idea, right? Go do that. Okay, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, and you never did.
So you say.
I'm not admitting anything I didn't have part of, guys. Can I go see my son or what?
Your son's at your grandma's.
I know. Can I go to him? We could sit here all night, but I'm not confessing to something I didn't
We
do.
already told you this is your opportunity, dude.
I
We've
understand
given
that.
you
I'm not going to frickin' say I did something I didn't do. I'm not going to sit here all night and go through this bullshit, being accused of this, and admit to something I had no part of. I'm not going to do
Did you leave
that.
your house?
Huh?
Did you leave your house before you said you did?
Did I leave my house before I did?
On that day. Did you leave your house before you said you did?
When the mother was there?
No, before that, dude. Let's go back. Let's go back.
Jesus Christ. I went to the store, I took the kids.
After you looked at the porno and you jerked off, and then you looked at the religious station, and you went to the religious portions on that computer, did you leave your house? Explanation! Tell us.
Sir, I told you. If it's the same day as the walkie-talkies, I guess it's the same day. But I don't think it is. Otherwise, I'm at home. Are we done? Can I go home?
You've always been free to leave, Ray. We told you that from the
Did you?
beginning. Yeah. Yeah, we were here saying, look, this will be the end of it. Right here today.
But
Didn't
I'm
we
not
say that to
admitting
you?
any of you guys is something I didn't do.
You're free to leave. You know these doors aren't locked. You know. You're free to leave, dude. We've been talking to you for your explanation. This was your opportunity. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's my opportunity, but I am not admitting to something I didn't have part of, okay?
Then
Yeah, you guys, I've been treated like hell ever since this fucking case started. My family's been treated like shit. I lost my job here at the police department, and and it's continued for something that I have no control over. I love being a police officer.
we didn't make the lies up, Ray.
No, I'm not lying. I had nothing to
We
do with
didn't make
this
the lies.
case.
We didn't make the inconsistencies. We didn't make them up. You did.
This is bullshit. Nothing against you guys. I respect you totally, okay? And Brian, I respect you. But I had nothing to do with this son of a bitch.
We're just trying to help you.
I know it. But I can only take so much, you know what? I can only take so much.
I know
My
that.
family's been fucking through hell.
Didn't we start with that part of the conversation, buddy? Didn't we tell you that? Didn't we say we knew that? Weren't we here to try
I know,
to
but you
help
guys want me to confess to something I had nothing part of.
No,
I'm not
no,
doing that.
we
That's what you guys seem like you're doing to me.
Nobody-
No.
Everybody's treating me like shit ever since I fucking been here. It's bullshit.
You know which way you're going?
Sorry guys, this is upset, alright?